Hello, my name is Amanda. I am a free text prep-late site manager, and I am here today with Javier, who is also a free text prep-late site manager, to introduce you to VITA and provide a volunteer orientation. First, I would like to talk about KYCC. The mission of KYCC is to serve the evolving needs of the multi-ethnic Koreatown community. Our programs and services are directed towards recently immigrated, economically disadvantaged youth and families, and to also promote community socioeconomic empowerment. We also have a lot of volunteer opportunities, and VITA is probably the biggest volunteer program yet here at our organization. And VITA is housed under the Community Economic Development Unit, CED. We provide comprehensive financial capability programs and services to help the residents of Koreatown and the greater Los Angeles to manage their finances, increase income, reduce expenses, and also we provide a small business technical assistance to build wealth. Here we believe that VITA and financial wellness are together. Financial wellness starts with tax preparation. Our program allows low-income families who pay too much for the tax preparation to receive this free service. We noticed that each year, $566 million in earned income tax credit is usually left on the table because taxpayers do not file a tax return. But each year we see that more and more people are doing their taxes. And actually last year, the child tax credit reduced childhood poverty to a record low of 5%, which previously was a 20%. So we see that now more families are receiving the credits that they are eligible for. And one of the biggest programs nationwide for anti-poverty is the Earned Income Tax Credit. And this is one of the main reasons we also promote VITA, or we do VITA to promote this credit. This credit is for low to moderate wage workers, and they benefit with this EITC every year. We do have two types of EITC. We have the federal EITC, which is up to $6,935. And we also have the call EITC, which is up to $3,160. And the full amounts, or the amount that the clients receive, it depends on family size and income. I would like to talk a little bit about some of the major milestones that we have accomplished here at our organization. In 2006, we began the tax preparation services. In 2008, we actually received a federal IRS grant for multiple tax sites. In 2014, we brought in a free low income tax clinic for IRS issues. In 2016, we launched a countywide free tax prep Los Angeles campaign to help more families in our community. In 2020, we actually created remote VITA services in response to the pandemic, and also our commitment to continue helping our families, especially during those difficult times. And in 2022, we assisted more than 15,000 taxpayers and returned home more than $28 million back to families. Volunteering with KYCC has some perks. If you are a new volunteer, or if you are a returning volunteer, you will always get the support by the staff and experienced volunteers that return every year to our VITA sites. At the end of the tax season, we do have volunteer recognitions and events. We provide also pro bono CE and CIR credits to those that need it. And we also have refreshments during our volunteer shifts. And also on Saturdays, we provide lunch. We have a convenient schedule for our volunteers. We have afternoon and evening shifts. And it's really important to note that this year, all volunteering will be in person, and you will be able to sign up online, and we will provide the link and the website where you will find more information. Our VITA sites have a large capacity. We have 8 to 10 computer stations for tax preparers and a space for 4 to 6 intake specialists. But if you are not comfortable at the moment to be a tax preparer or a intake specialist, we do have other opportunities for you as well. You can volunteer as a appointment scheduler. We have opportunities also for greeters, intake of scores, interpreter, tax preparers, quality reviewer, and social media and videographer, just to help us do outreach on our social media platforms. As an intake specialist, your responsibilities will be to screen clients for qualifications, just making sure that they do qualify to receive VITA services. You also have to verify their identity, collect the tax documents that they will bring to their appointments, and assist them with any need that they may have. It's maybe answering questions or helping them complete the intake form, which is the form 13614C. As a tax preparer, you have two options. You can either have a basic level certification or the advanced level certification. And your responsibilities will include to do the tax preparation and also get familiar with TaxLayer, which is the software that we use for tax preparation. It's really important to get familiar and feel confident and just familiarize yourself with the software. It's also your responsibility to interview the client, ask any questions. Maybe you have any doubts or you want to clarify some information that the client gave you. So it's really important to talk to the client to complete an accurate tax return. Now, these are some of the topics that you need to get familiar with if you are a basic level certified volunteer. You need to screen and interview clients, know about the filing status, personal income such as W-2, unemployment, Social Security, and gambling winnings, the standard deduction, and all the credits available for the clients, earned income tax credit, child tax credit, education credit, and the Affordable Care Act as well, and to do a quality review at the end to make sure that the return is complete. Now, if you have an advanced certification, you also need to know about self-employment and Schedule C, which include the cash income, 1099, and EC. Also, the retirement income, sale of stocks, IRA deductions, itemized deductions, cancellation of debt, and other miscellaneous credits and deductions. So these are some of the topics that you need to get familiar as a tax preparer. Now let's talk about certification and how you get certified and all the resources that we have available for you. So this is the path to certification. All volunteers, regardless of their position, they must complete two tests, which is the volunteer standard of conduct and the intake interview quality review. The volunteer standard of conduct is 10 questions, and you will learn about the ethics of being a volunteer. Intake interview quality review is to help you learn on how to ask questions and get information from the clients. Now, if you want to be a tax preparer, you do have some options. You can either get your basic certification test, an advanced certification, and if you are a licensed professional, you can take the circular 2:30. And we do recommend to take and pass your tests before you actually go to a tax site to start volunteering. So make sure that you complete all the tests and have it ready when you sign up for your volunteer shifts. Now, to talk a little bit more and continue with the presentation, we have Javier.
Thank you, Amanda. I'll be covering the available resources that we have available for our volunteers. You can find these resources at volunteertaxprep.com/trainings. Here you will find the PDF guides and the test, as well as the volunteer hub where you can RSVP for our trainings, as well as for volunteering in person. You'll also be able to locate our YouTube videos, which are recorded trainings. As of January 2023, this will be available to you. You'll also be able to find the IRS training guides and tests, which include the volunteer standard of conduct, intake and interview / quality review, as well as the tax law tests, which include basic, advanced, circular 230, military, Puerto Rico, and health savings account. You'll also be able to navigate our practice lab software, which is TaxSlayer. You'll get familiar and get accustomed to how to prepare taxes using this software. And you'll also be able to submit your tests online after you have all the answers from your publication 6744. And this is pretty much a view of our volunteer tax prep site, where you can find your resources. First, we're going to start off with publication 4012, the Volunteer Resource Guide. So the resources that we have available for you and that we do recommend that you have in hand is publication 4012 and publication 6744. Publication 4012 is going to be your textbook. This is your volunteer resource guide, and we will have this available in hard copy and also in PDF. And publication 6744 is going to be the test and retest where you can go ahead and test your knowledge, and you'll use this to get certified. And yes, the test is open book. Next, we're going to be covering our where you can go ahead and RSVP for the info sessions, which is our trainings, as well as the volunteer in. At Volunteer Tax Prep, you're going to be able to RSVP for training and volunteering. This is a view of how you're going to be able to go ahead and check any of our upcoming trainings or the schedules for volunteering in person. And now next, we're going to be going over our YouTube. This is where you're going to see all of our trainings, and you're going to have a little bit of insight on how we train. So this is a view of our previous year trainings recorded. So you can use this as an optional learning method, or even attend our trainings in person. But these will be available for you on January 2023. And next, we're going to cover the tests that are required to be able to volunteer at our sites. This includes the standard of conduct training tests, as well as the intake and interview training, and the tests and basic and advanced certification tests, all included in publication 6744. So the available resources that we have available for you in order to get certified, we have publication 6744. Like I mentioned, it is our test and retest. You're able to go ahead and answer the majority of this question using publication 4012. In addition, we also have the volunteer standard of conduct. This is an ethics training. Unfortunately, this is only available in PDF, and you can find this at volunteertaxprep.com. And next, we're going to be covering the practice lab. This is tax layer practice lab. Um, it is good for you to get accustomed to this. It does require an initial password in order to get access, which is Train Pro Web, all capital letters. And this is the view of our practice lab. It just shows the basic information being inputted. So us as volunteers, we're going to be gathering all the information and we're going to be entering that information into the practice lab to kind of get a little bit familiar. But it is similar to our actual tax layer software. And next, we're going to talk about where you're going to get certified. Submit your test online, and this will be in Link Learn certification. This is a view of the website on Link Learn certification. You can also find this in Volunteer Tax Prep. It'll give you a direct link to it. If you're a previous volunteer, then you can go ahead and use your same IRS account. If you're a new volunteer, then you will have to go ahead and create a new account. It's going to ask for some of your information, and it is recommended that you provide current information so that we can pretty much know where our volunteers are coming from. And when you go to Link Learn certification and you get certified, you're going to get the volunteer standard of conduct. This is going to be generated from Link Learn certification. Okay. And volunteer certification and protections, you get to attempt the test or retest using the publication 6744. You're going to be able to complete the test online in linklearncertification.com. You will have 2 attempts to pass with 80% or higher. We do recommend that you read and attach a copy of your photo identification and sign the form. This will all be done. You're going to sign the form electronically via Link Learn certification once you have been certified. And you are protected as a volunteer. The Volunteer Protection Act, you're going to be able to prepare returns and provide advice in the topics that you have been trained and certified in. Never ask or solicit any donations or business. Never willfully prepare a return with mistakes, with omitted or unsubstantiated information. Our KYCC tax sites consists of Koreatown Youth and Community Center. This is our main site located in Koreatown, Harvard and 6th. We also have Breezy Foundation, also in Koreatown and located on 2nd and Vermont. And we will have special tax day events. All of these events will all be located in the volunteer hub. And these are off-site and with strategic partners such as Los Angeles City College, Karsh Family Service Center, Boys and Girls Club. And where will you go ahead and RSVP for any of our trainings, any of our volunteering? These are all located in volunteertaxprep.com. And as you can see, these are all of the schedules that are going to be available for you. So you get to choose what you want to do, whether it's tax prep, whether it's intake manager, you pretty much have that convenient schedule for you. And we get a lot of questions from volunteers. So some of the frequently asked questions is, how many hours do I need to volunteer? We have no minimum hours. However, you should plan to volunteer about 12 to 20 hours total in order to get practice and master what you learn from the trainings. And yes, there are so many resources that are available. Where should you start? So most volunteers are going to be using the publication 6744, which includes the tests and the answers once you obtain it using the volunteer resource guide publication 4012. So with publication 4012, you're going to be able to answer the majority of the questions on the tests and get certified. Most volunteers complete the training and the test on their own. In addition, you'll have webinars, recorded classes such as this, and other additional and optional resources available for you. And when can you volunteer? And do I have to come every day? Volunteering normally starts late January. Our shifts are going to be posted in Volunteer Hub portal. And you could also locate that in the volunteertaxprep.com/serve. But remember, before you come to volunteer at our site, you need to be certified, whether it's going to be up to basic or advanced, or you're going to do intake. Please be certified before you sign up for volunteering. The tips that we have for completing the certification. First, please don't try to memorize everything. You're going to have resources available for you to help you out, Publication 4012, and plus experienced volunteers and staff with you. Second, get accustomed to the tax layer practice lab. Here, it's going to be the same software that we're going to use, except when you're using the practice lab, there's some things that you're not going to be able to do, such as e-filing, entering actual personal information. But do get accustomed to the practice lab because it's the similar software that we're going to be using in live tax preparation. Third, know the difference between the qualifications for credits such as the earned income credit, child tax credit, credit for other dependents, as well as dependency and head of household. Fourth, use all of the resources that are available to you. Like I mentioned, you're going to have the volunteer resource guide, Publication 4012. You're also going to have YouTube videos such as this to provide you with more information that you will need. And 5, it is okay to ask us questions. We are experienced volunteers and staff that will be here to help you out with any question that you have. Also, you can always look up the information online, or you can always come back to the client and address a tax question and then complete the return. Thank you guys for watching our video. If you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to us at freetaxes@kyccla.org, or you can always give us a call as well. Thank you. Have a great day.